you know?
But you and George both get to grow up in the movie. I mean, that's kind of the movie, the parallel of the kid and the adult.
Yeah, I mean,
Switch roles.
Natalie's kind of growing up, and George is kind of dealing with, you know, being like forced to take care of her and forced to be a father figure to her.
So did you feel or enjoy the, if you felt it, the power of being the new it girl? I mean, did it hit you immediately?
The power?
Well, I mean, when now there are, you know, geeks and others all over the world bowing at your feet.
That's the thing. You tell me that, but like I certainly don't. I mean, I guess the answer to that is no then, because I don't feel like any different. I'm like, you know, I'm gonna go home and like sleep in my IKEA bed and like hang out with my friends who like give me crap all day long, and I love it. So I guess in a way, like I just don't feel any different, 'cause in a way nothing has really changed. I guess like I'm putting on dresses more often, but other
do you
than
enjoy that whole? Do you enjoy being part of the night scene?
No. It's I think I'm kind of getting better at it, and you know, more comfortable in like kind of dressed up Anna mode. I hope, but it's certainly not something that I'm comfortable with on a day-to-day basis.
I kind of feel like you and Amy Adams should be, you know, going shopping or something.
Is she like, yeah? That's
I mean, she's very likes being normal.
Because she comes across so elegant and like she's completely at home on a red carpet. So
well, she's figured it out.
Hopefully I'll learn from the best. I'll have to watch some footage of Amy Adams.
Adams walking down the aisle. And so being one of the youngest people nominated for a Tony ever, I guess the idea of being nominated for an Oscar is not going to faze you. See, you say that you're laughing at me, and yet you have to know that that's out there, that the people are talking about that.
Yeah, I'm aware that people are talking about it, and that makes me feel, you know, simultaneously really embarrassed, but really excited that, you know, people even like my performance and like the movie, and people are talking about the movie, because ultimately I just want people to, like, sit down and see it. And, you know, but by no means am I, like, not fazed.
Well, is it strange to have this much time between, you know, starting with the movie in Toronto and then the movie's coming out in another few weeks? So it's 3 or 4 months of kind of waiting for the actual real life people to enjoy this.
Yeah, I mean, I will be really happy when the movies finally come out and like I can just tell people to see the movie instead of, you know, talking about the movie. It will be nice.
Have your parents seen the movie?
No, they haven't. My brother's seen it, but my parents haven't seen it.
So are they going to come out for the premiere? Are they going to?
I actually don't know yet. We'd sort of arranged something, but they're gonna see it. They're gonna see it. It's gonna be great. If they don't come to the premiere, they'll see a screening or something. I'm gonna figure it out.
And are you getting used to this whole thing of having conversations with strange people who want to know your deep dark secrets?
No, I mean, it is strange to like sit down and talk to people that you don't know, and they know things about you, and that sort of makes you feel like people that you meet on the street who might, you know, be aware of your work or say something to you and think like, you know, all this stuff about me potentially. I mean, maybe you don't. Maybe you've just seen one movie I did or something, but potentially like you might know all kinds of details about my life, and that's really strange. But I'm, you know, it's like the red carpet thing. It's like all of it. I'm trying to kind of get used to it, and in a way, it's sort of good to have this like 3-month crazy period where it's like I'm just kind of being thrown into the deep end, and in a way, I think that's the best way to do it.
So where is the point where you get your greatest satisfaction, at least at this point in your still young career? Is it the process of developing the character? Is it the actual work on the stage? Is it seeing the movie?
It's being on set is absolutely my favorite. Like this is I'm so proud of this movie, and seeing it is so great, and I want to do right by it, and I want people to see it. So certainly I don't mind talking about it by any means, because I want people to see something that I'm proud of. But you know, if I could be on another set right now, like I would do it. I really enjoy being on set.
And is there a moment that you knew that was going to be your life, where you said, okay, I really do love this. This is my thing?
I think it was, there were kind of 2 moments. One was a birthday I had on a set, and I realized, as totally cheesy and untrue as this sounds, it was my favorite birthday that I'd ever had. It was like a full day of work, and there was cake at lunch, and that was like, that's really all I need. And then, you know, a day where I was shooting something and it was sort of cold and miserable the entire time, but still happier than I would be. anywhere else, you know. And those were sort of two moments where I realized like this is something I want to do for as long as I can.
And is it film acting at this point that you like the best? Or?
I mean, it's certainly what I'm used to right now, and stage gets a little daunting sometimes. But I mean, every time I see a show, I'm like, I want to get back on stage.
Daunting because it's such a long chunk of your life to.
No. I just mean, you know, if you haven't done it for a while, the idea of getting up in front of a live audience is just like it gets scary. The longer you've been away, but I'd like to think.
Did you have stage fright as a kid, or when you were doing that?
To a certain degree. I mean, I guess certainly not bad enough to stop me from doing it. But I don't know.
They're coming for us. They're having a parade in your honor.
I like it.
It's the glory of West Hollywood. But film is what you're comfortable with at this point, and
yeah, I mean, and that's something I'd like to do for a while, but by no means have I like abandoned the idea of being on stage.
So you'll be premiering in a week or two with this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is that completely exciting? Is it completely intimidating? Is it?
It's exciting. I guess it will just be a relief to finally have it out and you know, not have to say like, oh, it's coming out in a couple weeks and it's about George Clooney plays this guy, and kind of explain it, and it'll be nice to just say like, get your butt in a theater, go
and
see
will you
it.
watch yourself again?
I don't think so. I just did a press junket on a plane where they were showing it, and I was like watching it without sound, and I was like, oh, just look away, don't look directly into the screen.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're a delight, and
thank you so much.
You're going to put up with us all for another 3 or 4 months. But I'm sure